episode of the Vaibhav Shetty Experience. Today I have a very special guest with me, and I'm inviting her back for the second time on the show. Please, join me in welcoming back on the show, Chandni Mehra.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Chandni.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yes, this is perfectly fine. I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
W- Welcome back.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm doing. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. All good.
Perfect. So I was just telling the audience that I'm inviting you back for the second time on the show because the first time when we spoke, we had a very good conversation, but there was some connection issues.
Correct, sir.
This time
Right.
around, yeah, so we had to redo that podcast. But more than that, we are coming off a major fight in your career. So I thought this is the best time to actually talk to you.
Yes. Sir, are we live right now?
We are live right now,
Okay,
yes.
okay. All right.
Do you want to adjust something?
Yes, sir. Is the background all right?
It's a little bright, but I think it's perfectly fine.
It's
Don't
okay,
worry about
right?
it. We can see you very
Okay,
clearly.
okay. That's
It's fine. It's
okay,
fine.
okay.
You're all good.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So yeah, so Chandni, you are coming off a major world title fight for the IBO Super Bantam World Title against Miyamoto.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not successful, but it was an amazing fight from what I heard. Unanimous decision loss, but from what I know, you went into the fight a little injured, didn't you?
Right, sir. And that is the main reason why what I feel I couldn't give my best, which I could have really given. But yeah, I tried my best after getting that shoulder problem in between the rounds. I managed
Hmm.
to, complete the 10 rounds. So that was a very big, I'm proud of that moment that I, did not give up. And yeah, I still tried focusing on my
Chandni, we've lost you. I can't hear you for some reason. Unfortunately, I think I can see you very clearly, but your voice just cut off. Do you want to reconnect? So let me just drop you out. Why don't you reconnect and we'll try to see if that works. So unfortunately, Chandni seems to be joining us using her mobile phone. And sometimes when you join using a mobile phone, there are these issues which come up with connectivity. Um, we faced this issue a couple of times in the past, but as the interview went on, it actually got a lot better. So I'm hoping when she rejoins, it should be working perfectly fine. Um, for those of you who don't know, when you talk about professional boxing, there are the four major titles which everybody considers to be the top tier titles. That is the WBC, the IBF, the WBA, and WBO. But apart from these four, when you look at the top tier talent, the two other world titles that they typically hold are the ring title and the IBO title. What Chandni Mehra competed for was for the IBO world title. And historically, what we've seen is people who get the IBO world title are considered strong contenders to go after one of some of the top four. When you look at some of the best in the world, say Amanda Serrano or Katie Taylor, um, all of them either started off with the IBO title and unified it with the others, or they, for example, Katie Taylor, she was the undisputed champion and she had a fight against the IBO world champion. She lost that fight, came back, and she now holds all the top four, the ring, and the IBO title. The fact that Chandni Mehra was able to compete for that um, is quite impressive. Unfortunately, she had a shoulder injury, as she mentioned during the fight, which caused her, you know, a lot of issues as the fight went on. I'm hoping to get her back fairly soon, and we can continue to talk about her fight. Uh, bit about her opponent, Miyamoto. Um, this was not an easy opponent. I mean, no world title fights are easy. But when you look at Miyamoto, she is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, professional boxer in the women's category to come out of New Zealand.
Hello.
Hi, Chalini.
Yes.
Okay, yes, now I can hear you now. Yes. So
Okay.
you were saying that you injured your shoulder. I mean, your shoulder was hurting you in the middle of the fight,
Right.
and then we got cut off.
But the only thing I kept in mind that I don't have to give up, no matter what, I'll stick with it. I'll give my best because it's a very big opportunity for me. So, I didn't want it to just let it go. And, I just thought that I'll take the pain and I'll still keep on fighting no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean that's the mark of a true champion, and this is not this is an opportunity that not a lot of people get. Because I was just
Yes,
telling the
that
audience,
is
there are
happening.
the top four. Yeah, there are the top four world titles: the WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF. But historically, we've seen that any boxer who gets the IBO world title is considered to be a real contender, and then they go on from that to get one of the top four. So I'm glad that you were in that position against someone who I think is possibly the best woman boxer to come out of New Zealand of
Yes,
all time.
of
So she
course,
was a
yes.
tough opponent for you,
Yeah, she was. She was really tough, and the main thing which I always like when I saw her interviews, I what I admired was that she was very mentally tough. And I really hats off to her because she has really come up to she has 5 kids and she's so strong. She's taking care of each and everyone, still fighting, doing boxing, and that's a very big achievement she has done her career. So it was a really great sharing the ring with her. I felt really really nice.
right? I mean, 5 kids, that is insane. The first time I read it, I thought, is this a typo? That can't be
Yes,
possible. But yeah, that's yeah.
that was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And what I loved about it, typically when you look at pre-fight interviews, pre-fight standoffs, there is some sort of rivalry, there is some sort of tension. And, I could see the banter between you and Miyamoto, but both of you were smiling the entire time, and I love that.
Exactly, that's also the reason why, I didn't feel anything, the main thing is that she and I has the same kind of thought. Like we did not wanted that any kind of trash talking about each other, yeah, we respect the sport, and that's what we said in the interview that outside the ring we are very like kind of friends, kind of sisters. She's kind of a big sister for me, and inside the ring we have to you know respect the sport and play accordingly. But outside the ring she was really really sweet, very humble, and the people out there, they were also very good, very welcoming. So those people are really good. You don't feel you're somewhere else, you feel like home there. That's what I said in all the interviews there, that I felt really really nice meeting everyone. Miyamoto, her family, everyone.
Oh, that is nice. And did you get a lot of time to acclimatize to New Zealand? Were you there for a month, or how long were you there before the fight?
Um, Before we went for like conference for our face off, we were like
Uh-huh.
for 1 week, and then we came back
Uh-huh.
to India. Then again after 1.5 month, again I had to go for my fight. But we went like before the fight week, like on
Okay, right.
yeah. So then we had those interviews and like the media shoot and everything, the main conference with all the fighters out there. So that was amazing. We
Mhm.
had a great interactive session with each other.
Right. And I was following the whole thing, and unfortunately, Indian media doesn't cover things as much. But a lot of the New Zealand media was covering your fight specifically because Miyamoto is a big name out there, and you are a major challenger.
Yes, sir.
And it was very interesting to read that because one of the articles I remember very clearly, it was talking about how she was a little annoyed that she got dropped to rank 2 in the IBF rankings, and it kind of hinted that that is her main focus to go towards the IBF title. But towards the
Yes,
end, the author also mentioned, but Chandni Mehra is still being taken seriously because there's a rematch clause in the contract, which I found very
right.
interesting.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
So, yeah. So when you were interacting with them and the media, did you see any such any nervousness on her part, or how did she come across to you?
I mean, we both are very confident. I did not feel any kind of nervousness in from her side or from my side. Even I was really much happy and like, because I was well prepared. So, and
Mhm.
we were very cool and calm. That was the best thing. She was very cool, and even me, I'm kind of a same, girl that, I don't take anything to my mind so much like pressure or something. We were very cool with the fact that, we're going to have a fight and we were having a great time with each other, talking and knowing each other and talk regarding our favorite fighters. Like it was a very normal chat which I had with her. I didn't feel that she was nervous or even she said the same thing, that she's very sweet, very, smiling all the time. And yeah, so that she said that's dangerous, that, when you see someone laughing and, smiling inside the ring, they are totally different personality altogether. Yeah, so she said that I need to be really careful of her. You never know what she gonna turn
Right.
out inside the ring. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Nice. But yeah, I think that's a great sign for you as well as a fighter. When
Yes,
somebody who's that accomplished, respects you and takes you that seriously,
exactly.
that's amazing,
Yeah,
right?
that's really amazing, and
Uh,
I respect her from all my heart. I have, when I saw Miyamoto in the interviews, I never thought she's gonna be like that. But when I met her personally, that that time I came to know that she, is really totally different person. Like who can compare her with Miyamoto?
we seem to have lost Chandni again, unfortunately. Uh, yeah, unfortunately, we seem to have lost Chandni again. I'll try to get her back. So, yeah, sorry about that, folks. We seem to be having continued connection issues with Chandni's phone. I'll try to get her back, hopefully in the next few minutes. But yeah, like she mentioned, Miyamoto seems to be a very different person off the camera and off the interview outside the ring as well. And I would imagine so because when you look at this person who is the IBO World Champion and you look at her nickname, Mia Nightmare Moto, and she comes across aggressive. Comes across as someone who is very intense. But when you look outside, from what people do tell me and like what Chandni is letting us know, she's a very friendly person, a mother of 5 kids, which is insane. I cannot imagine. I have one son, but to see somebody with 5 kids and able to manage a world champion career is insane. And Chandni seems to be
I'm
back.
really sorry about the bad
Yeah,
network, so it's really sucks here, literally.
that's fine. That's fine. Are you back home?
Yes, no, not back home. I've been training in Rohtak, so yeah, I'm giving my like all my MRI, my treatment is happening here.
Got it. No,
Yeah,
don't worry
so
about it. I mean, we are able to get good sound bites, and on and off. If it goes off, it's perfectly fine.
okay, thank you, sir.
Uh, yeah. So now that you're back, you're saying about Mia, how she's a very friendly person
Very
off
nice
camera, or
person,
yeah,
sir. I really love talking to her. She's a very good person, and I really wish her
hmm
all the best.
nice. And It's very interesting. When you look at the early career of some accomplished fighters like Canelo, he's one of the all-time greats right now.
Yes,
But very early in his career, he faced off against Floyd Mayweather,
correct.
and had a good showing, but he lost.
Yes, yes, yes.
But and from what his later interviews let us know, that kind of changed his game because the fact that he shared ring with somebody so great, allowed him to look at the boxing in a very different way. And I don't know if that's the same with you, but for me, it seems to be a very similar kind of scenario for you.
Right, sir.
Uh,
Hello.
okay, so can you hear me?
Yes, and I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Um, Now you are in a very interesting weight category. You're not exactly in Amanda Serrano's weight, but Amanda Serrano had fought in this weight before. Miyamoto seems to be trying to get to the top level in that stage of the world level. And when you look at back in India, there's Urvashi Singh who's hot on your heels, trying to catch up to you in rankings.
Yes.
So it's a very interesting space to be in. How do you feel about all of this?
Right. So, the main interesting fact is that, I can even switch my weight, I never knew that I could even fight in bantam weight category, because I've never
Okay.
fought. I always used to fight in featherweight. But when I got to know that, I have this opportunity and I have to, cut down my weight. So I thought that how would I do that? Because I've never come down so low. I mean, to up to 55. I had to get 55.3 kg. So,
Right.
initial days it was really hard for me to get into that, weight category. But, I cut down all the carbs, and I restricted so many things like in on my diet. All thanks to my dietitian, and my mom, of course, preparing food and all those stuff.
Right.
Uh, sir, can
Yeah,
you hear
that
me?
must have been tough.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
hear you. I can
yeah.
hear you
So,
perfectly fine. Yeah.
okay, okay. So like,
Yeah.
sir, it was a little hard for me, but then finally I got the weight. In fact, I got 1 kg more below that weight. I got up to
Oh, wow.
53.2. Can you imagine? I never thought in my life that I would come to 53. It was very surprising, and I was really proud of myself that wow, Chandni, you did amazing. कितना ज़्यादा cut कर दिया, my God. So, even my manager, Kamal Mustafa saw, I mean, he was
Mm,
really shocked, and he's like, you can even come down more, less weight
mm,
category to what you call bantam weight, super
right.
bantam weight. So,
Yes.
for me, I think that I can also play featherweight, and bantam and
Mhm.
super bantam, three of the weight class categories. So I'm just, thinking about that. But as you
Mhm.
said about Urvashi, yeah, she's in the second rank now. So yeah, she's competing, doing good fights. So yeah, I think one day even we gonna fight with each other very soon.
Right.
I'm
I mean, both of you
I
seem
really
to be
want to share
taking,
it with her.
the yeah, I think you should, but both of you are taking your route to the world title in different ways. You're going after the IBO world title, and
Yes.
that's your journey. And she seems to have gone after the WIBA world title, which is not as prestigious as IBO, but it's still
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a very recognized title. So it's very interesting. But
Correct.
I really want to see the two of you fight, but it should be for
Yeah.
something at a much higher level. Yeah, right. Uh,
Yes.
so
Exactly, sir. Yeah.
right. So when you went to New Zealand, who all were with you in terms of your corner
So,
coaches? Who all did you take with you?
unfortunately, yes, unfortunately, sir, it was just me and my coach.
Okay.
I really like me and my manager, Kamal Mustafa sir. We only two
Hmm.
of us was there. But I really hope that next time whenever I have fight in abroad, I really want that even my personal coach or my mom, anyone from the family should also come along with me. And that's a great support what I
Right.
can get, because
Right.
we go all the way from India to abroad, there's
Uh, Chandni, I seem to have lost you again. Uh, Chandni, I seem to have lost you again. Sorry, sorry, guys. Unfortunately, this seems to be a recurring issue. Um, so, from what Chandni told us, she is right now in Rohtak, Haryana, where she is undergoing treatment for her injured shoulder. Unfortunately, that also means she's in a place where the network connectivity is not quite the best. So we seem to be getting these random interruptions. I'm dropping her from the feed for the time being. She should be joining back soon. If we get her back, we should be able to uh, continue this podcast. So, um, as she was saying, unfortunately, it was only Chandni and Kamal Mujtaba. Kamal, for those of you who don't know, is the manager who also runs grassroots promotions. He's been an amazing manager for boxers in India in general. He's been leading boxers to WBC title fights as well as IBO title fights. Uh, Case in point being her world title fight. Um, I'm just gonna exit this page and reload this. So yeah, Chandni.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, so yeah, I restarted my stream as well just to make sure it's not just yours. Maybe it's mine. So making sure that it's covered from both ends.
Okay, sir.